Hi everyone, I hope you're going well, and I hope you recognize the fight scene I reproduced in stop motion. But before wondering how did I make this stop motion animation, let's understand why did I made it. Before I became interested in cinema in general, it was action scenes that appealed to me most, and I really wanted to create one myself in stop motion, frame by frame. But to give a realistic effect to character animation, the movements have to be as human-like as possible, imitating as closely as possible the way humans move in action. So here's an example of an animation of a guy who's running. But his movements are not natural. His strides lack amplitude, his pelvis is badly placed, his torso doesn't move, it looks like he's walking in fast motion.
This is so fucking bad.
So, to remedy this problem, I chose to reproduce this 9-second duel from Star Wars Episode 1. This will enable me to make better use of my action figures in my future stop-motion projects. This duel suited me perfectly for several reasons. It's not too long, the action is fast-paced and never stops, it contains only one long shot of 9 seconds, which gives me the advantage of being able to concentrate on the character animation itself rather than on the angle of the shot. However, there's some work of camera in the form of an horizontal tracking shot. The duel has lots of different kinds of movements. There's no music in the shots, just the sound of the lightsabers, which focuses the viewer on the duel and encourages her or him to analyze the quality of the animation. The absence of music also saves me from copyright issues when I publish the animation on YouTube. And finally, I'll be able to incorporate some visual effects in post-production, and this is cool. But now, how was I going to make my animation? I started by building the sets. Honestly, the easiest part of the realization. I did the bare minimum because I really wanted to focus on the animation itself, which already takes a lot of time. As for the lighting, I didn't have that much experience or theory yet.
Fuck that!
But I did try to give relief to the muscular bodies of the action figures, placing 2 yellow and white lights on either side of the set. Has come to take my 225 photos. My favorite part, which is also the longest. My challenge here was to reproduce exactly the same fight choreography, frame by frame. So I placed my computer on its side with the original scene slowed down so that I could see it frame by frame, and for each frame I reproduced exactly the same image on my camera, or almost. My sets weren't big enough, so I compressed the camera format instead of keeping the original letterbox format. And that wasn't my only problem. Let's take a closer look to Obi-Wan's position on this frame. As you can see, Obi-Wan adopts a very flexible wrist position, allowing him to manipulate his lightsaber as he wishes. But my action figures aren't that flexible, so for this frame, as I've done with others, I played with the camera angle. It took a long time and each frame was a challenge, but that's what makes stop motion exciting and not at all boring. Just look at the little footholds Darth Maul takes with his feet. It's a supernatural movement, and yet I never have thought of doing it myself. That's where the reproduction of these action scenes teach me something. Watching this on my computer for the first time, I was like, damn, that is how real humans move. And viewing all my frames juxtaposed in the timeline was the only pleasant part of the editing. First of all, I tried to erase the figure bases with several AIs, but the action is so fast and the bases of the action figures moves in all directions. It was impossible for the AI. So I tried to do it myself frame by frame, but it went ugly. For the lightsabers visual effects, I didn't have any experience, so I tried to do them on Filmora, but same thing. Frame by frame it was very long and the result was bad. I just added the light from the lightsaber clashes because it was within my means and really essential for understanding the action, but apart from that and a few color corrections, I didn't have any visual effects and the bases of my action figures were still there. So the animation as it is now just looks like a behind the scenes video, not a complete final result. But I was able to reproduce human movements through animation, and this is the main thing. Thanks for watching, I hope you liked this behind the scenes video and I invite you to comment, share, like and of course subscribe. Next stop motions are coming soon, so turn on the notification bell. Bye bye!